Hello and welcome to EMP Power Sports and Marine in beautiful St. Mary's, Idaho. We're located at 11511 Highway 5. The shop's by appointment only, so please call first. But when you come on in, greeting you at the door, we always have oils on the shelf, spark plugs, tire tubes. We usually have a whole rack of tires, but end of season we've blown out all but except for a Z50. Come on in. We have a sandblast cabinet and a vise by the door for equipment. A small buffer. My big polishing buffer is over here that we use for metal polishing. We have a 30-gallon air compressor right here. We have two handy motorcycle lifts in the shop. Sam 1000 I bought new, one of the lifts out of the first shop that was in California. We just got a Sam 1200 with the dropout panel this year. This is one of the brand new handies. We have our tire machine right over here. It's an old school Codes 220. This is a great machine. We have a static wheel balancer. You can find this is the most accurate way to balance wheels and true them. On our workbench, we have underneath here our K&L MC 450 jack. We have the extensions for it if we have to go underneath the bike to the frame rails. These are great. We actually sell these and the lifts on emppowersports.com, so if you work on your own bikes, please visit that website. Here's my Snap-on limited edition Harley-Davidson rollaway. It is stacked with tools. Start off on the top box. So we have some diagnostics. This is for Ducati belts. Different diagnostic tools in here. Top box is all, this drawer's all Snap-on gear wrench. Those are my metric. Here's my SAE tools and my spoke wrenches. Some more diagnostic tools in here. Feeler gauges, jet reamers, Allen keys, picks, screwdrivers, more screwdrivers. Very well equipped shop. I've been doing this a long time. I've been a mechanic since I was 16. Now 38. 22 years of tool collecting. Mostly metric. I do have some standard torque wrenches. A lot of specialty tools in here, mostly Ducati. Some of them are for Montesas and Moto Guzzi's, as well as generic bike mechanic tools. Pneumatics and stuff down here. So the shop's very well equipped. We have freestanding shelves over here for all the different projects going on. We have a Ramco, which is the same as a Carolina. It's just a different brand name, Carolina press. This is a 50-ton press, American made. Great tool to have in the shop. And then from there, we've pretty much gone over the tools in the shop. We'll show you some of the projects going on. Here's our back storage room. A couple of my pet projects, a V-Drive boat project I'm eventually going to get to, a Funko race buggy. That runs and drives. I just haven't played with it in a while. The Gerard Design ZX7, I think this bike's sold, I'm not sure yet. We have several interested parties and one guy is interested in having us restore it. We have a Husqvarna that I started restoring that I think I'm going to put back together and sell. Z50, that's a client's, we're looking for a gearbox for that. And then a Ducati 900 FE that I plan to restore. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep or sell it yet. I have a mint condition super light in the living room with an SPS. And then current projects going on right now, we have a 1989 Suzuki G6r 1100. This is a very light restoration, just clean up, replace tires, brakes, fluids, chain and sprockets, go through the carbs, and polish everything that was polished. So this was a very light restoration, but we're just finishing this one up. It's heading to South Carolina. We have my Rickman race bike in the back. This is my VMX bike for events like Rattlers Run. Took a 3rd place in Nerada on it. It's a great bike. Another Rickman Montesa that we're going to restore for a client over winter. We did an Elsinore for the same gentleman last year. He was very happy with it. It's supposed to also bring us a Husky. Here's a Bultaco Alpina, I think it's Alpina 250. I just picked this bike up. I've always wanted a road legal bull. I just rode this one earlier today. I'm going to service it, maybe go riding with a buddy this weekend. Here's my ATK 250 woods bike. Did the Chuck Compton Memorial Race on it. Mostly just screw around in the woods on it. It's one of the best bikes I've ever owned. Here we have a Rickman Zundapp 125 that I bought off a client. I was going to restore this over winter and race it next year. I actually had my wife in mind with this one, but we've decided we're going to part with this bike. So if you want a vintage legal motocross bike, we have two options right now. We have this Rickman Zundapp 125. I'm asking $2,500 as it sits. Or I can go through it from there and get the bike dialed for you. It doesn't need much. We also have Mike Allen built, which is one of our competitor shops. 1974 Honda Crm T125. This is also a vintage legal bike. This thing's dialed. Mike's a pretty good racer. He's won a national champion, so this is one of his builds, and we're asking $3,000 for that. We're gonna go through it and go through the carb and get it running. That bike's won quite a few races. And then my kid's little Z50 in the corner. I've gone through that and cleaned it up, giving it to him next year. I just bought my wife an XR80, which is by the front door. This thing's a little ripper. I was tooling around Parkline on it, which is the little part of St. Mary's we live in, about a week ago. It's a nice little ripper. So this is what we have going on in our shop currently. We also have a Montesa Diablo coming in for restoration and a Husqvarna 175. There might be another Bultaco coming in as well. If you have a vintage motorcycle you'd like to have restored, please reach out. Our number is 208-620-0769. Please leave a voicemail if we don't answer. We get a lot of calls, so we kind of screen our calls. Also, you can visit us on emppowersports.com. That's our e-commerce website where we sell parts and apparel. There are some photos of some of the bikes that we built on there. You can also stop by the shop as long as you let us know you're coming, as it's by appointment only. And once again, we're located at 11511 Highway 5 in St. Mary's, Idaho. If you like these old bikes that we're preserving and restoring, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time here at EMP Power Sports and Marine.